For decades, Virginia has operated state training centers for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The 5 centers held more than 5,000 people during the 1970s. Today, there are less than 850 residents. In August 2012, the Commonwealth of Virginia and the United States Department of Justice entered into a settlement agreement. For the first time in our history, Virginia has decided to close 4 state institutions, and residents are moving out into their local communities.
Ella, you leaving me?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
You gonna miss me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you too. Can I have a hug?
Yeah.
Oh, Ella.
Well, it is hard. I've worked with Ella since 1986. I worked with her in day support program, and then in 2000 I came over to the other side and started working with her residentially. So it is hard. It's hard to let go and not be a mother hen. That's one way to put it.
You know what color this is?
Blue.
I'm very proud of her. I'm happy to see her going to a less restrictive environment, to live in a home.
This is Ella's new home. She used to live in Cottage 35 at South Virginia Training Center, but now this is her new home here in Petersburg. And this is her new furniture. This is her new television. She has her own stereo section. This is her new bed. This was her bed that she bought from South Virginia Training Center that she had. And they've decorated it in all in different colors for her in her new home. And this is her room that she shares all by herself.
She seems excited about it. She has had transition visits, and she did well during the transition visits. She was quiet as far as at night. Lots of times at night she will get up and ramble around, but they did tell me, the staff persons that I talked to from the home, they said that she slept and that she did well. So, but they're prepared if she doesn't. So it hasn't been something where she found out yesterday and then she left today. She has been visiting the home. Some of the staff people that work at the home are staff people that I recognized. You know, they have worked here before, so they are good, experienced people.
John, you ready to go for a ride?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, you ready? Come on. I'm gonna miss you, okay? All right?
And green.
Give me a hug before you leave. All right, okay. We'll see you later, okay? All right, don't be sad. It's okay. Well, sit in the seat right here, John. Yeah, sit right there. Sit right there. Yeah. Okay. You in? Bye. Bye.
Part of the process that makes the transition successful is that we still have the opportunity to tap into those resources that John left behind. We have quite a few visits scheduled, you know, from training center staff, from our Office of Licensing, through the Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Services, through the Department of Human Rights. So we're going to be under the magnifying glass for quite some time until they make sure that John's transition has been complete and successful.
One of the biggest things we have to do, you have to be familiar with the providers and the people in the community who are providing services. That way you know who to put different individuals with. What we do right now is we're required to show the individuals at least 3 homes, because we want people to have a choice and different selections of homes. But it's very important that you know the provider and you know that they can meet the person's needs.
I think specific to the settlement agreement, some of the many concerns that people have expressed is really about our ability to actually grow the community-based system of supports we have for individuals. Many of the people that currently live in our training centers are concerned, they and their family members, about what's available in the community. They want to make sure they have the same level of supports, that their loved one is able to participate in activities.
John, see John?
The visit that we took last week is really important because the very next day we go on a monitoring visit and we try to monitor a meal. And this is so important because there's so many individuals that are on modified diets, and it's important because this is a safety issue. So we've really made that part of our program, our monitoring process, that we have actually an occupational therapist that goes and does these visits the next day. She's also a registered nurse. So it's important that we really do take the time to do the specific monitoring of those procedures. I really see the transition from going to the training center into the community as a good way for them to improve their quality of life, to broaden their horizons. They get to do more things, see more things, just have more opportunities.
Very good. Very good.
Jim is a very tall, quiet young man. He does have some things that might frighten some people because his communication is difficult to understand, but he too has been successful. He does volunteerism at day support. I mean, I think he too, his parents live right down the road. They participate in his life, which is wonderful to see that he can come and go to their house. Parents are concerned about stigma. When individuals are at the training center, they are in a group. They weren't really exposed to the community. They had their own community, and parents were afraid. The more you go out there and the more that we get to interact with the public, the better it is.
The Brambles here is starting something that I'm glad to see because it's in the community. You're part of the community rather than part of something in another town someplace else.
Kathy's been doing Meals on Wheels pretty much since she's been here at the Ark. She goes out usually at least once a week, sometimes twice a week to do it. I think the thing that's beneficial about it is that our people feel like they're giving something back to the community when they do it, and I think that's pretty huge for them.
Watch the dog, Kathy. You don't want to step on the doggy, right? Aww.
They feel like they're really contributing back to our society.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
That's good. You're doing better. We're doing great. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Okay. I did it.
Kathy, you want your check?
Yeah.
Come here, so I got it right here. There you go.
Thank you.
Benita always seems to be very sort of happy. She has her days where she might not be as pleasant as other days, but she walks in with this smile and, you know, and she says, I've been good today, you know, and it's refreshing.
I was contacted by one of the personnel at Southside Virginia Training Center stating that she was able to get a job, which was surprising to me.
I don't think that the general public really has bought into the fact that they are very good employees, very dependable employees. All they need is some training and job coaching. They want to go to work and they do enjoy working. So I just think it's a thing of education.
When she did the interview at Walgreens, she voted for the first time with assistance, and she loved her job. Last year, I believe it was when we were notified that they were closing all of the training centers. Before then, the social worker had told me that she was eligible and could go in the community, but I was skeptical. Since they're closing the training centers, I better go out with the social workers and start visiting group homes. The home that we visited in Chesterfield was nice, but all their bedrooms to me were upstairs. They weren't thinking about when the clients get old, how they're going to get downstairs, or if they thought they was going to ship them off to a nursing facility or another assisted living place. So I was looking for something like just on one floor. And between the T's home, everything is on one floor.
We did it? Right here, honey.
In the mid-70s, Virginia had over 5,500 people in its large institutions, the training centers. We had 5 of the training centers at that time. We still have 5 training centers. But over the years, the number of people in the training centers has dropped. At the same time, in the community, we have a large number of individuals on our waiting list for the home and community-based Medicaid waiver. There are over 5,000 people waiting for the intellectual disability waiver, and about 1,200 people waiting for the developmental disability waiver.
The settlement provides a real opportunity for Virginia to move resources from large congregate, primarily segregated settings into these integrated settings. The thing that is important for people to understand is that the individuals with disabilities that we're working with, they have specific needs for support.
She's so much calmer. If you had come in even 4 months ago, maybe even 3 months ago, she'd be hanging on your arm, squeezing it, just too anxious to let go. She would have been so uncomfortable with this number of people being in the home, with this level of noise. She's just really, really calm. She used to eat like she used to bolt her food, and now she actually takes her time. We're actually saying, Kathy, come on, we have to go to Days Bar. We have to get out to the store. So it's really much, much calmer. 2 friends of mine actually had decided to do sponsored residential, and after I had talked to them, I thought, oh, that'd be great, because you really give then people a number of opportunities, a number of different options of how they want to live. And so I was a friend with the case manager at the time, who was with Wall, and my husband and I sat down and talked to her. We really liked the program, so we signed up to do it, and then we started, people get a chance to interview you to see if you're a good fit for them, and you get a chance to interview them to see if they're a good fit for your family. And we did, it took us almost 1.5 years to find Kathy, because either the age of the person or the disability wouldn't be appropriate with the age of my children who are young adults, or there was something. But we've been very happy, you know, with our choice and with her choosing us.
How you doing? Since Donald had come to us in September 11, 2012, he has progressed very well. He's been happy, he's content. He had problems with banging when he was at Southeastern. We have not seen that at all. Maybe occasionally he would have that when he's having a bad day, but generally, majority of the time he's been happy, he's content, he goes out to the community. He's been at day support program 2 times a week, and that has really made a big difference. We've seen that when he first started here, going out to the community, he asked for it every single day.
He smiled more often, he talked more often, and he just, you know, just happy here than he was out Southeast.
You gonna hold it? You got it? Hold it right there. Good job, dog. There you go. Just don't move the hand. You got it all the way. Because you're going to make this purchase yourself, dog. Catching the ball. I've known Donald for about 5 months now, working with him on and off. I mean, our relationship is pretty much like any other relationship, probably more close to friends. You know, we take him out. We typically ask him where he likes to go. We have a communication board that he likes to point to different pictures. Like, we'll have a picture of like Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods. Sometimes we'll split the group up and have a little guy time, and I'll be like, Donald, where you want to go? He'll point to Victoria's Secrets like this. He'll point, but all right, Donald, we'll go look at Victoria's Secrets, and have like a little kid grin on his face, like it's just funny. And I just think that's really funny about Donald, though. Huh, Donald? You silly, Donald.
What people need to understand is that John and many others like him have been in an institution all of their lives. And sometimes we make the mistake of believing that they are satisfied where they are. Well, in most cases, it's only because that's the only environment they've ever known. And once they get into the community and experience more freedom, more flexibility, more normalized lifestyle, they adjust to it, you know, very quickly. They're no different than you or I. You know, they look for the same things in their environment. You know, the opportunity to do some of the things that they like, the opportunity to go and use community resources and eat different foods and go different places.
It's so important for families to understand that we know, I know, and our department knows that it is critical to assure quality services and a safe environment. We're expanding our licensure staff so that more staff are on the ground. We're increasing our human rights protection staff, and we're expanding our quality improvement program so that in the long term we can assure for years to come that those who live in the community are safe and are successful.